paint my chicken coop.
Wrong with you.
Oh, welcome to the Scale Builders Guild.
Hello, everybody. So, what is this? What are these symbols in the chat?
So that's part of something that YouTube's rolling out right now called the Engagement Community Leaderboard.
Really?
The more chatting you do, the more engagement you have, the higher you are ranked.
What?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So, yeah, you can see that I think it's just based on this specific chat, like just for this.
I see.
But it can change, so the more people can communicate, the higher numbers go. Exactly.
Interesting. I don't hate it. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Apathetic, disrespectful material. Hello. Welcome, Jay.
Yes. It is Wednesday, everybody. Welcome back.
I don't think it's really Wednesday, though. I feel like it's... I thought today was Thursday.
So did I.
And
which
all
is
of
backwards.
Tuesday,
It should have
I
felt
swore
the
it
other
was
way.
Wednesday. Yeah.
I don't get it either. And you didn't even have Memorial Day.
No, I was working.
Well,
working
that's
day.
a U.S. holiday.
That's correct. We had Victoria Day the week before.
Right. So, yeah. Right?
Thought that was a Booty Hustlers shirt for a second.
Oh, what was that again? I can't remember.
This is Blockhead Motors.
That's right.
Go with your friend. The guy's got his dog with him. For your best RC car life. Yeah. It's been a week, but a good one. I'm having a good week.
Yeah, that's good.
Busy, but good.
You know, anytime it's a shortened week, things seem to everything's a mad rush. But it's still been a productive week for me. So
that's good.
Having Monday off was nice because I didn't overdo much. I played with my tractor.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Josh Toth, thank you. The next build challenge should involve tractors and a tiny farm. It can be the scale version of Clarkson's farm. Yeah. I've been having fun with my tractor.
Have you though?
I have. And I have so much more to do.
Do you know?
Somehow, so I put out a video I didn't put it out yet. It's currently on the member side. And either way, so I think Nicole saw that maybe, but then I think it maybe popped up in her feed because it had been there. And she's like, did I see on somebody else's video that tractor was $1,000? just an investment. Chainsaw King Kong RC makes a sweet tractor. I bought it, and it's on the way as well.
Oh my God, Josh!
That's the one.
Wrong with you?
See, that's the one that I bought from Dixieland RC when I was in Kentucky, and that's the one that I was like, I'll buy this if you agree to ship it for that price. And he's like, done. I was like, yes. So it should be here any day.
I pity
babe,
you.
It's for the channel.
I watched your tractor video. Despite my absolute dislike of tractor RC equipment. And I was like, what stupid thing is he going to do? And you did not disappoint. It was stupid. And then I texted you and I said, that was okay. But what would have been better was, and you're like, I don't have the time nor the inclination to do anything so elaborate. And I was like, well, that's why it's only going to get 6,000 views.
Right. It's the thing is
600,000 views.
I did weed spray. I did some weed spraying. Spoiler for those that haven't got to see the video yet.
Spoiler.
Went out there and
who care.
Went out there and looked today. Weeds are all dead. And actually, I had told Nicole that I was doing this, right? And I told her maybe on Friday, something like that. So on Friday, she's like, or Saturday, she's like, wait, so do you want me to leave some of these weeds in the back? I was like, yes.
Has she been weeding?
Yeah, I mean, we don't have much area where weeds grow. So like,
no,
she can just walk by and just peek, 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 and then it's done. I was like, just leave those here. Thank you, Karis. Tell Nicole I think the tractor is.
Do not tell anyone that. I watched it amble around your backyard, and I was like, this thing can't flex at all. It's ridiculous.
Tractors don't flex. Should we get into?
I know.
Let's just get into mail call.
Terrible. Why? Do you have more tractor related?
No, but I have the tractor. I didn't have the tractor last week.
You didn't? I swear you showed it to me.
I did not.
Okay.
You saw it on Friday night. It was...
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
one item of mail call, and that's because it's 40 pounds. It takes up my entire desk. So it's shaking my...
This is so stupid.
It's not stupid at all. It's freaking awesome.
Okay. Tell me what else pray tell, what are you going to do with it now that you've done your video?
Okay, for one.
Done.
No. So I'm going to put the HD system in it.
What's that?
The Explorer HD, the FPV head tracking system. That's going in next. Yep. Then it's hard to talk around it. It's quite large. God. Anyway.
And you drove it around without a driver in it, too, which...
It will never have a driver. Dolls are silly. Where are the lights? There are so many lights. Trust me. I've missed a bunch of things. I am sorry. I'm going... oh, my goodness. Okay. Where'd they go? Thomas Davis, 3 months. Thank you very much. Wait, is that one? That one was yours.
Okay.
Jay Canuck.
Thanks, Thomas.
73, new member. Much appreciated. And this one. She thinks your tractor is sexy. Now that Mr. Deere Designs has tractors, my old lady has been glued to this channel. Time to waste $1,000. Listen, it's not a waste. It's merely an investment in your happiness.
What is no. There's no investment in happiness when
bumper sticker. I'd rather be plowing than Harley bumpers. Why is my chair creaking all of a sudden?
See, so here's the thing. You know I'm
Eric
building
Weiss,
a skid steer, right?
I am.
Okay, you're aware of it.
I am aware.
Now, that does stuff.
This is going to do that and be able to crush your tiny skid steer.
It's 9th scale, though. It's not
this
that
is
small.
8th scale.
Okay, well then, so it's...
And built out of metal and some plastic.
Mostly plastic. I've seen it.
So,
yeah, yeah, exactly, Toby. That is so stupid. I'm building a skid steer to play with Richard. Josh, you should build one of these.
I'm kind of interested in that.
You should. You should do it.
Tom Havel, thank you very much. Hey there. Sorry, I'm late to the party. I got distracted watching a $1,500 remote control Roundup sprayer.
See, that's the thing. It's like what I wanted you to do, and I'm not ruining it because you didn't do this.
You're right.
But I wanted you to go out and do a big field and just drive it around with the sprayer behind it and like script out your name and then go watch a time lapse of it killing the grass. That would be way cooler.
Somebody else's field, which I think that probably killing the grass in their field may be a problem. And also, I live in California where everything's pretty much brown already. So like it would just go from brown to dead, which the contrast is difficult.
Right. I forgot you haven't had any rain in a week, so everything's brown again.
Yeah.
Yeah, it ain't much, but it's on his tiny work. He's just a simple turnip farmer. No, bears beats remote control tractors.
Jay Walker, don't have the smarts and RC culture to play the guess the part game. I've come up with a new game. Guess the instructions. Here we go. Step 1, REM.
No,
God damn it, Jay. Jay and his maximum effectiveness free chats from being a loyal member.
Yeah.
And Hack Shack RC, thank you very much. And RC Tractor is dumb as I go back to playing Farm Sim 25. I've also played Farm Sim. Also a pretty good time. Sorry.
I bet you the new one's good. I'm late to Scale Barnyard Guild.
Integrity Farms. Oh, yeah.
Backshed RC, thank you very much. How do you think they harvest mini potatoes? Gotta be a mini tractor.
I'm telling you, it is wildly fun. I have so many attachments to build. I got to build a functioning 3-point on the back. That's got to be one of the next things. So, I want to play Roadcraft so bad, but I don't have a PC right now. I don't have a PC hooked up. I have a PC in the garage that I could hook back up.
Oh God, here we go.
I really like to play Roadcraft. Like, so. Okay. Does that tractor come with weed recognition technology? No PTO, no 3-point, which is absolutely a downside. But that's why I'm going to have to build my own functioning.
But he still bought one.
Yeah, I did. And I take nothing back. I regret nothing about it.
So when is the VP titanium hardware coming up for the tractor? Yeah. Can you imagine Josh somehow convinces the people that he works with that they need to start machining parts for a tractor no one will buy?
There's a whole section of parts that I don't think people will buy on the website that are things that I've been like, we have to make this. It's called HD parts. There's a category on the side that's hidden. You can't find it very easily, but
I admit I put some HD parts in my cart today.
Hey, what do you know?
Some of those stupid tube caps.
Yes.
Like
you need them.
That's pretty good. Yeah, I know I do. It's going to really pop off on this as well.
Yeah, agreed. That's a good. So yeah, the tractor. I regret nothing.
Neat.
You should have seen Dan bring it into the office on a dolly. They're like, "What is this?" I was like, "It's my tractor." Hack Shack. I had the tractor up already, and I would not do this again. But you freaking super chat. It's right here. It's too heavy and too big to leave up on the table. So here you go. Now
it looks so toyish.
That's because there's toy tractors a lot. Real tractors aren't this size.
Is the plastic painted or is it just molded in red?
I think it's painted.
Nah, doesn't look painted at all. Nice try. Most of the exposed tube ends are solid on Matt's Rockabilly. That's true, Frank, but you missed two. Missed.
Yes.
And
both bumpers are solid?
That one.
I see. Yep.
Otherwise, everything else is solid. Good job, Frank. It's almost like that time that you were like, "Oh yeah, thanks for that Corvette." It's not accurate.
That's not what I said or how I said it. It's okay that mine's not movie quality.
Welding this together for me, Frank, but you missed two bends. It's okay, I guess.
Oh, Hack Shack is saying no, the one from BTC. It is on the way, I am told. As long as he's talking about the tractor, it has to be on the desk. No.
100%. That's how I'll be about the skid steer.
Yeah, I'm...
You should do it.
Okay.
Just build it.
You
got an H2D. It's easy.
I do it. Send me the...
You can save 20% with code SBG20 on Umagine.com at checkout.
So, I mean, I charge like thousands of dollars per episode for the Scale News for sponsorship. tens of thousands even.
Imagine's paying for this month of the Scale News, so I'm pretty sure you could just ask them for the file.
Yeah, no, I just asked for it all in store credit. So I'm set.
Great. Forever. Okay. Yes.
So, but I have you decided like what radio you're going to use for?
No, in the video that has yet to come out because Richard's been quite busy. It'll be next week now. I do ask what radio I should get. Okay. Because I think I'll need a stick radio.
Yeah. Yeah. I think you should probably talk to our one friend who we've been talking to on the other radio stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Because that would be, they make the best ones. So.
Do they now?
Yep.
That's true. Yeah.
So that's what you should do.
I will do that because that other one hasn't.
I'll send an email follow-up. Because if I do a skid steer, I'll obviously need it.
Duh. Just tell him, hey, we're both doing skid steers.
That is how I'll do it. Send me the link to the motors and stuff like that you're doing.
I'm just using Amazon motors.
Don't they have to be right angle gearboxes?
I'm not doing that one anymore.
Why?
Because Anton, the man who designed and developed the skid steer, suggested that I go with his design because of the greater reduction, more torques. 57 to 1 or something. So,
okay,
you want the torques.
Interesting. Okay, I'll look at that.
Okie dokie.
So, anyway, send me a link.
Stuff has arrived. I will do that.
I am interested. You a link to? The what specific skid steer that you think you're going to build and all that.
Okay. Just to give you a little sneak
little preview. I like it.
Yeah.
I like
printed this.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. Look at you. Bobcat.
There's a whole separate set of files just for all the logos and stuff.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Jeez. That's awesome.
People have really been taking a serious interest in this one.
Fly Sky EL 18 is it suggest there's so many. Oh my god.
Yeah.
There will be no
if you don't put a man in yours.
No, I won't. I won't do it.
Ghost ride the whip, I guess.
Goddamn right. Because it's a freaking RC car. No.
Such a stupid concept that you're like that.
Nope. I draw the line at dolls. That is where my nerd level likes to stop.
So bizarre. Of course there's a doll in it. Of course there is. Friggin' channel do you think this is? Thomas, thank you. Josh needs FEL, backhoe, liquid fill the tires, ballast box, scale Daisy Duke Farm Girl, shotgun mount. Those are all the files he needs for the skid steer?
There's no backhoe attachment for a skid steer.
No little man in my little toy is ruining my immersion. It's true. I need to have the little man in there. Jim is texting me. What the hell?
He draws the line at dolls because that's just dorky. He has integrity. I like to just, if I'm going somewhere and someone happens to ask me about toy trucks, I'm like, oh, they're like more like the scale ones. Like, oh, you put a little doll in them? I'm like, no. And
Jim's got one in his backyard right now.
Yeah, Jim has an actual skid steer that he uses for yard work.
He owns that?
Yeah. It's like, I need a skid steer.
What's wrong with you Californians?
He's like, I'm going to rent one how many times? I might as well just buy one. Listen, it was COVID. We were all bored. And
but that's not one you ride in. It's one you ride on.
Ride on, yes. Stand behind.
Ride on, man.
It's a large ride on, yes.
It's hilarious. I love it. It's incredible. Yes, agreed. Model car Jedi. Member for 11 months. I've been doing this that long. Oof. Scale rigs need to have a doll in them. Agreed.
He's got Jedi in the name. That means he's one of those Star Trek people.
You have an amazing way of ticking off both groups of those fans.
Our show doesn't have lightsabers. We're the other ones.
Sent him a picture of the real Bobcat. I'll bring the little one.
Funny
visit.
enough story about Jim's real Bobcat, right?
Yeah.
First, before he bought a real Bobcat, he bought one of the ones that maybe this isn't in your feeds, but it's in ours. Like, you can buy inexpensive, no name, brought in
the Robert Kitty.
Yeah. Jim got this one, and while it worked, like, there was some stuff that wasn't like real perfect about it, and it needed some repair. He had it repaired, and he was just like, you know what? I just want to get the real one, so I'm gonna sell this no name version. Sure. And he sold it to this guy, and he comes and picks it up at the shop, and he comes and picks it up on a like Tractor Supply level basic cargo trailer. Now, even though these are tiny little walk behind Bobcats, they're very heavy. This guy drove on the included ramp for this thing and turned this ramp into a banana. Just drove. And the trailer was like bending down and the ramp was staying flat until at the very end. And he goes and tries to close it. And it's got like the bars that come over to retain the gate. And they're just like a long way off. We're all just watching. I think I have a video of it on my phone somewhere.
Of course you do.
We're just watching.
Oh my gosh. What wild world are we living in where Jim is watching this show? Go get on your Bobcat. Do some hard work. You shan't watch this. It'll ruin you. I am looking forward to that challenge with Richard, though. I think it's going to be a lot of fun because we'll be doing construction at Smiggin's Folly.
I agree. That seems like the ultimate place to do construction.
Oh, yes. We're going to build so many trails.
Yeah. You guys are going to go. Well, you know what? You know what I can't decide? I can't decide if I think that you guys will like you will be so bad at controlling it that you'll and then you'll want to give up in 20 minutes and drive a leafed full body Chevy piece.
Shut up.
Or if you two will sit there and nerd out until the sun is literally down. That is what I can't decide.
What's going to happen? It's going to be the other one because I'm going to put all the lights in and do the Arduino controller and the whole shebang.
Okay. I'm here for it. I would like to see it.
Matt, make a video digging for mud.
Thank you, Karis.
Is that someone you know?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Is that a girlfriend of somebody's?
I'm married, sir.
No, I didn't mean it was your girlfriend. Stupid idiot. Yeah. Make a video digging for mud at the Devil's Butt Crack. We'll call it Mud Butt.
Yes, that Bobcat has a remote version, like a full-size Bobcat that you can just.
Hell yeah!
I'm here.
Fly Sky EL18.
Yeah, that's one of the. I don't think we'll have a problem finding a good radio.
These need to be brought to Proline by the fire. See, we can take the skid steer challenge
on the road.
On the road. Take it all over the place.
We're gonna have our own roadcraft challenge.
Heck yeah. Mud buddies. Backup alarm. You know what? Do they have this in America? Well, it used to be the beeps, right?
Yeah.
But now it's like a sort of a muffled bant. Do you have that?
It depends, on like Amazon trucks and things like that. That's definitely a thing, depending on like the types of vehicles.
No, like on like full size construction equipment, it just goes bant. bang, bang. It doesn't go beep anymore.
You know,
Tell me if that's something you have near you.
Yeah, I couldn't.
See,
more of a
I
warble.
don't think you're.
More
I
of
don't
a
think
warble.
You're much of a construction guy. After
I'm not honestly around I'm not around much construction anymore. I used to be all the time, right? Road construction. Yeah.
Did someone say mud buddies? I think that's
I'll never forget our time together. Delegated. Walking around in your goddamn flip-flops in a muddy cow pasture that there's plenty of evidence left of dead cows.
All right, I'm not crazy. Bearded Gorilla, we have the odd muffled backup beepers. Thank you. Nope, still high pitch, still regular beeps on my job sites. Maybe it's like a Toronto only thing or a Canada. Maybe it's like a regional. Hey, where'd you get your Snap-on shirt? I like that shirt.
This shirt came from a gentleman, Tim, who is in Illinois. And I got this when I got the Snap-on sprint car. God damn it. Sorry, my headphone cable got stuck in it.
Yeah, can't remember that happens to me never.
Yeah, and then yours die in the middle of the stream. We have to listen to your stupid echo.
That was only last time. Yeah. I didn't want to ruin my new shoes. It was gross. Y'all got beeps on your job sites?
You guys are getting paid? Even Canada's backup beeps are polite.
Sorry. All right. Mail call?
I only had the enormous tractor, which I'm not picking up again.
You wasted all the time. Okay. If you bought a Suga body through me and Thomas, and you emailed me when I posted that the stickers were available, your sticker sheet is in the mail.
Well, there you go.
Wait. There we go. That's a 5-legged moose. And what a moose. Richard texted me the other day and he's like, do you still like Hot Wheels? And I said, no, I never did. Never enjoyed a Hot Wheel ever. But he sent me some Hot Wheels that I was after.
Uh-huh.
Toyota pickup truck. Toyota Land Cruiser. British Land Cruiser. These are all part of the same set. The only ones I'm missing, because I don't give a care about
just
them, is
lame vehicle collection.
Raptor and the Subaru Brat. Although the Brat would be kind of interesting.
Yeah, the two that you're missing are the two most interesting from the options listed.
I think not. Who gives a care about... Look at this crappy... who gives a care about that Raptor? Ugly.
I mean, I'm not saying that that's a good-looking model, but I'm just saying that a Raptor is cooler than all of those vehicles.
Got a plate of carbon fiber.
God damn, what thickness is that?
3 millimeter.
That's thick carbon, sir.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'll make my own then.
Yeah.
Printed out some.
I use 3 mil sometimes, but generally 2 mil. Yeah, okay, nice. The inner fenders. Those are the plush RCE customs. Who's in here. Those are a very nice job.
Yeah. I just bought this just to have it.
Yeah, just.
I don't need it.
I wasn't going to use this. No, I'm just.
Nah, it's like a reference. Okay, that's 3 mil. And then an assortment of M4 bolts.
Okay.
Some bearings. These are not Mabushi, but they are made to look like Mabushi motors.
Yeah, obviously.
We've got some solid rod. We've got more M4. We've got bearings. There's a bunch of, just random assortment of stuff here.
Yeah, what? Was that for the skid steer?
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, of course, this episode is brought to you by Ridge Wallet.
Hey, look at you.
Yeah.
You shill. You
Yeah. 100%.
want. Oh.
Do you have one of these? You got one of these guys?
What is that? Is that your key bar? Oh, wait, like this?
Oh, what? Like what? Oh, what?
Mine's titanium.
Mine's not titanium. Mine is blue.
It has a Vanquish tag on it.
I will say that if you look very closely, these are not the same color.
Due to the nature of anodizing, the colors that are shown on the website may not perfectly represent the color of the product that you receive. It's
It sounds to me like you've made a few origins in your day.
Oh, you may notice that is a disclaimer that I have at the bottom of almost every product page.
Yeah. Anywho, Ridge sent these to me to show off on the channel. So, thanks.
That's not going to cover it. You're going to need to do more about that.
Don't worry. More content coming. Because, I have a very fancy printer that has a laser.
Yes, you do.
I thought it would be fun to either laser this or engrave it with the CNC
wow.
machine.
2016 when I did that. I remember. It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
you go back and look
gives a care.
Go back and look at my content from 9 years ago.
You know what I'm going to put on this?
Catch up.
Josh sucks. Put something on there to remind me.
Oh my god,
how much you annoy me.
So
sometimes
can I you know what? This isn't ruining it at all. I saw something yesterday that made me laugh so hard, and I immediately thought of you. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to try and take this opportunity. Somebody got a cameo for someone for a very inappropriate situation. It was like a cameo. Somebody's grandmother died, and somebody else got him a cameo of a scantily dressed lady who's just like, I'm so sorry to hear that you're. It was hilarious. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. God. I have to find an opportunity to buy the most ridiculous cameo for Matt, just to make him super uncomfortable and play it on Livestream Takeover. So when the time is right,
not make me uncomfortable at all.
When the time, oh, you know what? I think I could come up with the right person to work.
I think you'd be surprised.
I think you would be surprised who the type of people that I'm thinking of to actually do this act.
Well, I don't know their names, but I bet you I've seen them before.
These people don't go by names so much as just like Waffle House Lady or... you should see the people that offer their services on Cameo. It would shock you.
Yes. No, it wouldn't. I've seen a lot of, the guy who plays a Ghostbuster. He's on there.
Dan Aykroyd?
No. What was his name in the movie? Hang on, I'll look it
up. Spangler?
No.
Is it one of the Element car names?
Element car names?
Ghoul? Zool?
Winston Zeddemore, who was played by Ernie Hudson.
I thought he was the guy who did like the sound effects in Police Academy.
No, that's not that guy. Over under on Matt crashing the laser when he does it. Yeah. Can't crash a laser.
Oh, yes, you can.
Yeah, I was going to say, I guess you could. Yeah. Get that Z-axis wildly incorrect. Oh, speaking of CNC machines, I did fire up the Carvera. I'm not going to share what I did. That's for tomorrow's What's on the Bench.
And the 3 reels and Instagram stories you've put up of it already.
Fair enough. Good point. I might as well just show it now.
Yeah.
Thanks for sending me that, by the way.
Yeah, no problem. I think you did a great job with that. It was a nice addition.
The first post process that I did, I don't know if you've had this problem before, but in Fusion, if you are clicked on one of the program portions,
Yeah.
and you hit post,
Mm-hmm.
it only exports that one.
Right. I think
So when it called for tool 7, and I was like, I swear that this is supposed to start with tool 4. I almost was like, okay, tool 7, I guess it knows better than I do what order to put these things in. And I was like, I'm going to check one more time. Glad I did.
Yeah.
Because that would have been quite the chamfer.
Yeah. Like, oops. You ran into that one other time, and I walked you through that.
Yes.
Yeah. And did it again, though. It's okay. It's okay. You'll get there.
I know. It takes a bit of time.
Justin Canley, thank you very much. Hey, I got the MT12 because I wanted a better radio. I came from Spectrum, not happy.
You should have spoken to us first.
It's way easier. Justin, I could not have warned you more times about this situation.
I think both of us couldn't have warned all of you more. It's not better radio. It's a different radio.
It's a wildly powerful radio. That is the worst radio I've ever had. Like, it's...
Don't buy this radio if you don't want to be very frustrated.
Yeah. Now, I will say that I put the G11P on the tractor, too.
Oh, did you now?
I did, because I needed 7 or more channels. So, yeah.
Hold on. How many channels did you need?
7 or more.
Why?
Because the tractor itself uses 6. And then I needed
what?
Steering.
It steers and
throttle.
It goes forward and backward.
Then it has 2-speed. Then it has front locking diff, rear locking diff, light controller.
What a total waste of time.
So, but I also at the same time, while I was doing the Fly Sky radio thing, it was a situation where obviously this is the first time I've used this. I don't know how Cross really operates with things. So I was worried that when I was going to switch radios, I was like, I don't really know how they are setting endpoints for any of these channels or anything like that, for a 2-speed and locking and unlocking differentials, if I have to be worried about how they have things programmed. So I got that Toolkit RC unit that I had and fired up the original receiver after I took it out of the vehicle, and then toggled through the channels while using it as the input channel. So I could see exactly what the PWM signal was from each channel to see if they had endpoints set for anything. And it worked out really well, so that I could make sure that I was replicating the programming style and the endpoints exactly as it was on that radio on the new radio. And I was like, you know what? I should probably put this in some sort of video. So, because I obviously know you weren't able to follow that without.
No, I shut down completely. I'm focusing on picture game because I actually did put this together for you.
Well, that's good. I do not have a picture game for you today, but I do have another thing that I ran into from listening to a podcast called This Car Pod. It's Doug DeMuro's.
Oh, I've listened to that one.
It's a great podcast.
Yeah.
And they played a game that I think I would like us to go through as well. And I think it'll be interesting to compare our notes at the end.
Is this okay? All right.
So actually,
I'm ready.
You're ready for that? Well, I'm gonna have to give you a little bit of a list so that you can go from there. I can actually paste it into the chat. Basically what it is I've gone through and I think that I've covered every platform that Axial has produced. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you are going to take and rank where you feel that those platforms, they fall in their own order.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
And you can kind of rationalize it by, you think, importance at the time, relevance now, all of those things. So I'm going to
get out. Should I get out a notepad?
you could do that. Let's see if you guys think that I got all of the platforms first. I'm going to paste it in the chat on both sides. You guys let me know if you think this looks complete. Oh, that didn't format very well. Sorry. So it's AX10, SCX10. Now there was also the AX10 with AR60. I'll add that one. Then there was the XR10.
Oh, that formatted terribly.
I know. The Wraith, the RR10, the Yeti, the Rift, the EXO, SCX24, the 10.2, the 10.3, the SCX10 Pro, SCX6, and Helaman. So if you guys can think of any others in that, not the Ridgecrest AX10. Yeah, that was the one that's the one that I'm talking about, the AX10 AR60. So are you ranking these already?
No, I'm just writing them all
Just
down.
writing them down. Okay, good. Yeah, I have not. All I've done is made that list. I haven't done any ranking or thinking beyond that. SMT10.
Oh.
Thank you very much. That was one I missed. You can guess where I'm going to put that one. UMG10 was just an SCX10. So it's not individual models, it's the platforms themselves.
And
so
where I'm supposed to put them, right? In
what's that?
Order of like what's good, what is the best?
Oh, Capra. Yep, that's UTB and UTB10 and UTB18 both.
I think we just really okay.
Yep, that's both. So,
did we miss any?
Yeti Score, that's still just the Yeti platform, I would say. RR10, I have that on there. Yeah, I think that should UMG 6x6. I'm going to just say that's a 10.2. I'm going to say 10. Oh, the Yeti Junior. That's right.
Ugh.
Rift, I have on there.
This is tough because there's so many.
There is so many. That's what's going to make it. That's what's going to make it hard.
I'm just glad they never did a boat. Or a nitro plane.
So let's do your picture game first, and then we'll go through this.
Okay, thank God. All right. Okay, so what I did very quickly tonight, because I was... oh, yeah, EXO is on the list already.
EXO is on the list. UTB's on the list, yeah.
I was short for time.
Wraith 1.9 and 2.2. That's a good plan.
Yeah. Shit, there's so many.
Fuel bottle. Yeah.
Number one.
AX24.
That is a different platform.
It is. I'm good. I'm okay. Yeah. Let's.
That's okay. We only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Technically, you should put Yeti XL on there because that was a different one as well.
Yeti XL. This was a very quick list that I was making at 6 o'clock, so obviously I missed a lot.
Yeah. Okay. So my game is a little bit different.
Okay.
I used the internet's Wayback Machine to find screenshots from some of the more popular websites for our hobby. And I need you to tell me what year those screenshots came from.
All right. I've hidden all of my chat options.
This is definitely going to be challenging.
Oof.
I'm just going
I hope there's some sort of contextual clues, but we shall see.
Well, we'll see. There's only 4 today, not 5. But I'm gonna give you the first one here. This one is from Traxxas.
Oh my God.
.com.
Oh, okay. So it's the LCG now available.
Right.
Okay. So let's see. The original Slash came out in 2000. Let's see, 2008. So I'm going to say the LCG. I'm going to say this is from. Let me see if there's any other.
Don't look in the next event.
I'm going to say 2013. You absolute goon.
Yeah, I may have screwed that one up, but this was done very quickly. That's a gimme. That's a gimme.
I was gonna say older, so
what's
I'm glad
amazing. What's amazing is that there's wrong guesses in here. All right, so you get 1 for 1.
1 for 1.
That's because
that's what I was looking for the contextual clues.
Giveaway on contextual clues there. There won't be any more of that. So get ready for the next one.
Okay. Ready.
Image file. Now this one's from Horizon Hobby. This one's going to be a little bit tougher.
Ooh, okay. Okay, Vatera. Now, Vatera
stuff.
Vatera was launched as a brand. Oof. What else can I see here?
Copyright 2014.
What's that?
Nothing.
Oh man, it's got an original GoPro Hero sitting underneath of that blade.
Funny story. This is completely random. I owned that Blade 350 QX. And it now lives at the bottom of Lake Ontario with a GoPro.
So let's see.
Pre-order today. Your price $449.
Yeah, you know what? That's wild though. I mean, look at this is at least 10 years ago. And like that what is that? That might be a 4-wheel drive. Be the Predator. Oof. That's not a great tagline. Like that's
the good news is there was Twitter, so that should help narrow it down.
It's we have oh man. Be the Predator. Jeez. All right, I'm gonna say that this is 2014.
All right.
I know that there's a 2012 Camaro there, but they don't always use the most recent year. So I'm gonna say 2014.
Congratulations, that is correct.
Yes.
That was I'm impressed.
So yeah, the GoPro, that generation of GoPro was right up until like 2014, like 2015, until they went. Yeah,
that was well done. All right, get ready. You might get this one. I don't know. We'll see. Now.
Okay. What about like the big text at the bottom with a date on it?
Well, you get to guess that date if you really want it.
Now, Axial was never great about keeping their website updated. So, like,
that's correct.
The event thing. Honestly, the whole webpage could have just been super out of date. Like, Dirt Devil tires, easy start plate, Terrorizer MT. Okay, there is no
heard of those wheels.
There's no discussion here of an AX10. The AX10 came out September of 2007. So I'm going to say that this is just before 2007.
No, you're wrong. It's 2006.
God damn it. See, that could have been because it was Winter Nationals. So I'm like, well, good chance that came out. That was, over. Thought you were trying to. Wow.
Now, it does say January calendar, but what year?
January calendar. So we've got a Firestorm. We have Drip Wheelie King. Now it doesn't specify. Now I think that the orange Wheelie King was the 4-wheel drive. The blue one was the 2-wheel drive. Wheelie King came out 2007 as well. Is there anything else? The drift cars, though, I don't feel like that they had drift cars. And the Firestorm, I feel like, was later as well. 5B doesn't help. That thing was forever. But it's not the 5B SS. Is there anything else that Subaru Rally Car doesn't give me any indication? Damn it.
Yeah, this is
Firestorm's a truggy. I don't see.
This doesn't give it away. Nick, if they bring back the Wheelie King, I will personally mail you a $5 bill.
Man, this is tough. Savage X, I feel like, was later, especially with the drift. I'm gonna say that this is more like 2014.
Oof! Wow.
How far off was
amazing. 7 years. It's 2007.
It was 2007.
Yeah.
So the Wheelie King was new. The Savage X was already out then. Wow. The Sprint 2 has been out since 2007. Honestly, I didn't even know that they were people were making RTR drift cars.
Thing.
I knew that I had a Sprint
have a gyro, I'll bet.
I had a Sprint 2 drift. I had the flat black Camaro with the gold graphics on it that I bought in like 2014. That's why I was kind of wow. I didn't know that they had the 4.6 out by that point. I thought that was later.
I'm more concerned about the top line thing under the menu. What is RC? Question mark.
Yeah.
I really wanted to click on it, but none of the links work anymore.
None of the links work.
Okay, so we got 3 out of 5. That's not bad.
That's not terrible.
That's pretty good.
Not great, not terrible.
Not bad, though. That was a fun little game. I like that one.
Way back.
I should have put a Team Associate one up. We'd never get that one right.
Yeah,
all those cars are out already.
This is either 96 or it was April. I'm not sure which one.
Pre-internet. So somehow they had a website before the internet existed. But all right, now on to your super hard game. Have you been thinking about this?
Nope, I have not been thinking about it at all. I think that we should do these in
Which one's which?
I know, right? Like,
am I the hilarious one?
No, there's no way.
I feel like
there could be no more of a divided answer. Like half the people would be like, no, it's it. They'll be like, nuts. They'll be like, that one's not funny at all.
I think most people would agree that I'm funnier. Oh shoot, are you gonna do a poll?
I'm not doing a poll. I don't know that I want to know.
Yeah, I don't want to know either. Pretend I didn't say anything. I'll just keep it in my head that I am funnier.
So I think we should do this in reverse order, going from
worst to best.
Yes. And we just have to go.
I already have a pretty strong idea of what I think best is.
Oh man, I think that it would.
I've circled it.
I've circled it. Or do we go from best to worst?
I mean, I feel like I don't think that we're going to be wildly off on what we think best is. I think worst also probably it's going to be how we get there that there will be some contention. I already know what the worst on this list is.
Yeah, I mean, okay, let's go worst to best.
Okay. For me, unequivocally, the worst is the SMT10.
No.
No. Absolutely not. The SMT10
was not good. Agreed. However, it had AR60 axles that were released with upgraded C-hubs and knuckles that were decent. And it had a 3-gear transmission. Like, it had pieces under it, and it had a fairly scale-looking chassis with a scale-looking body. It just performed like shit. It didn't stand up very well.
Then are you saying the Yeti Junior is the worst?
Nope. There is only one answer for the worst.
Are you going to say EXO?
No.
What am I missing?
You are missing a big one.
The Yeti XL?
Yeti XL.
You think that's the worst?
The worst one they ever released. The Yeti XL was so filled with problems that like the gears were just straight up wrong. So like Axial like made an HD gear set that didn't even fit.
Oh, I remember that.
Remember, you had to try and mod that to make it fit.
That's like, right. That's right.
So much awful surrounding that thing. Like that the worst.
All right, I would say
Phoenix. Oh, bullshit.
What, does Phoenix like the XL? Does he have I feel like strong affinity? Oh, 10 o'clock. Strong affinity to Oh, yes. That absolutely tracks. 100%.
Yeah.
I know which one's which.
So, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
You think
you have to stay with your decision.
I'm still going to say SMT10 because I didn't break my Yeti XL. I actually was able to keep that together. Yeah, of all the vanquished parts I put on.
We saw how you drove.
I did some jumps with it. On the trails at Headquake's house. Yeah. How many are there here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So you're putting it at the very bottom.
I'm putting Yeti XL at 21.
I'm putting the SMT10 at the bottom because I think that was one of the absolute stupidest things they ever put out. It was fine, but it was constantly like people were constantly breaking things.
I do not disagree.
It was a terrible
time. I will make my argument when
poorly conceived. Poorly conceived. Okay. In the 20th spot, out of all of these,
what are you going with next?
I'm going to put the Yeti Junior in there because that platform was bad. They never did anything with it. That was a stopgap solution. If I recall, like there was nothing, no Axial designer actually touched that, right?
The Yeti Junior?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
A designer I know pretty well. Maybe I sit next to him most days.
Brandon worked on the Yeti Junior?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Almost positive.
I'm gonna smack him the next time I see him. It was cute when it came out, but it was like woefully underpowered. It was a toy. That was toy.
I know what you mean. I feel like it's worth revisiting to take a look at it. Like it'd be worth
if you can find one.
Yeah. The one that I'm putting next is actually kind of contrary to some of my own opinions, maybe, but I'm putting the AX24 next.
What? Nah.
Because of a couple things. I think that it was one of the worst received that I've seen. I feel like people did not understand the throwback nature of the XC1 body. It also sat high and looked really bad. And you know, it was 4-wheel steer. Like
when you held it like this, it did anyway.
Yeah, it just. I'm not saying that it. I kind of liked it.
Yeah,
I like 4-wheel steer. The nostalgia part is okay for me, but I think that was like it didn't hit. I think it was one of the placements that just didn't work. They thought the SCX24 line was foolproof, dropped that one, and it just didn't work. While I liked mine, I don't think that the market was just like, yep, this is this should be it.
They were trying to get that comp sort of thing going.
They didn't build it as it didn't comp. It's not compable. No, still trying to look without. And I like SCX24s even. All SCX20.
I know you do.
All SCX24s are garbage.
You're not wrong.
In their own way, they kind of are. But all 24s are at So, yes. Anyway, so that is my next one. I'll go next again. And I am going to say the AX10 Ridgecrest Deadbolt size.
That's your next one? That's 19?
That's 19, yeah. Now, it had a good platform. It was AR60 and a 3-gear again, like an SMT. But it just, like, even when it came out, it carried the AX10 name, which had like this, like people kind of held, the AX10 was the first, crawler you could buy back in the day. And then it came out and you're like, well, this is not an AX10 at all. It's just reusing the name. It seems weird. It didn't fit. And it was just like, so it didn't look good. It was the first Deadbolt, So that was when they launched the Deadbolt body, and it was orange.
I remember that.
And it just, like, it was taller and it sat on there. It just looked bad. As good as the Deadbolt looked on the SCX10, it looked terrible on that.
Terrible.
And the Ridgecrest was like a blazer looking thing with some cage work.
Oh, that thing was
I didn't
so bad.
hate, but I was just like, it wasn't much for.
They asked me if I wanted that one. I politely declined. So, yes, anyway.
The Ridgecrest was better built than an AX10. Yes, the AX10, like, you got to remember the time of it was its own thing, right? Yeah. It was back then. We were replacing every part of every kit to make it do what we wanted to do. So
I'm also putting the AX10 in the 19 position. So we're in agreement on that one. 18th on this list. This might be a bit controversial.
Okay.
I'm putting the UTB-10 in there.
Okay. I mean,
and I'll tell you why. Because that gearbox was laughable in terms of its reduction.
Yeah, it was. The UTB, the Capra is not good. You got to replace about everything on it.
Which I did, and then it became good.
And then it's good, but like, the design of it was bad. How dare you? Yeah. No, I get it. It's
it was not great.
No, yeah, it's a when it came out, we knew enough. There's enough things. It should have been a much better car, and way too much fell through the cracks on that one, which we can, I think, fully blame Rich on. Yeah.
Well, somebody didn't carry the one.
Yeah. Well, you know, the testing, Rich was like, yeah, that's
Yeah,
good.
this is good.
That's good.
Put it out. Well, that's good because we already made 10,000 of it.
It also had the worst manual. You remember
Oof.
how bad the manual of that thing was?
I
It was just like,
very
what
upset.
in the world is this? This is the worst. And he's like, yeah, we didn't really look at that. I'm sad.
Yeah, it was bad.
So
Yeah, I don't even think I like the axles.
the axles
Plus,
are okay. The axles have their place, but
I don't know what happened, but mine went straight off a cliff. And through no fault of my own. Survived though.
yeah, you really have to change almost everything on the camera, including the suspension geometry. So for the next one for me, I am going to bring in your Yeti Junior. So
okay, 18th for you. All right.
Yeah.
We've already spoken at length about how great that is. So
yep. So for the next one, I am going to instead, I you know, your UTB thing, I know what you meant. I don't agree, but I almost agree, and I'm going to put the UTB 18.
Okay.
Because the name doesn't make any goddamn sense. It's
not
not an 18th scale. It's a little bit too much money for what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And it still looks like a Capra, which doesn't look good.
No. I don't hate the UTB 18 as much as you do, because it actually is a pretty good scale platform when you take everything off of it and just use the axles and the transmission and the motor skid, transmission skid. That's it. So out of this list, I think I'll go 17 on it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that it's just it's not the worst, but it's 17th.
No, wait, I changed my mind.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, sorry. I'm gonna put the AX24 in that spot because I hadn't graded that one yet.
Yeah. Okay, so you're putting AX24 in your 17th.
Justin, thank you very much. Matt, what color did you paint the chicken coop? I have it. The sign is still up. I'm letting it out. I left it outside to weather.
Never lift. What, LJ? Have you factored the Wizard C2 into the hated rigs yet? And it's glass portal shafts. We have not yet because this is only axial. But otherwise,
axial only.
I could. So, which am I up next or you're next? You again.
Next.
Okay. Yep.
Now I'm going to put the Yeti XL in 16th position.
Okay. Yep. That you.
It wasn't as bad as Josh said it was.
For my next position, I'm going SMT10. While it wasn't good in a lot of ways. The trailing arm, leading arm situation meant for a lot of rubbing. Things didn't clear very well. You know, people broke it a lot because it's also a monster truck. If you put it on 2S, it'll hold up pretty well. And
who's doing that?
You know, you're using right. So it's like, but it's not great. Now we're kind of starting to get into some of the positions of like things that are like, okay, they're not the worst. They're just like these other things are going to be better than it.
Yeah. Yep.
So.
Okay. So you just did SMT10.
Yep.
Now I'm going to put the UTB 18 in 15th position.
Yeah. So yeah, I think we get why on that one. For me, the next one that I think makes the most sense is the RBX10, the Rift.
15th. The UTB 10 has not been. You've not chosen that yet.
I have not chosen the UTB 10 yet. I think that the Rift is.
It's pretty. It's I was gonna say it's pretty bad, but it's not. It's fun, provided you don't do what you're
they
supposed to
say.
do with it.
Yeah, it's exactly that.
As
It's
soon
like
as soon as I had fun with it, just kind of hill climbing and being a bit of a goofball with it. But as soon as you see it at any of the Axial events where they have like a sanctioned
rock bouncing.
rock
Yeah.
bouncing,
Rock.
I'm
yeah.
like, oh, that no thanks.
Yeah,
I don't
and it just
wanna
like
do that.
falls apart. Axle housings are cracking immediately. It was also like
Pancaking the tires.
the Rift was kind of when they started to run into some of these things where they're like no backwards compatibility between previous models. Everything was new, and it just was just like it just kept like so many issues.
Yeah.
So
are people having a hard time hearing me? I might need a new battery in.
No, you're fine still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not even peaking. So
it sounds perfect.
How about now? Is that better?
It's the exact same. There's zero change.
Okay, I'm gonna change batteries in that after this episode.
Okay.
Okay. Where did I do 15? You did 15. You chose the Rift. I'm gonna choose the Rift for the 14th spot.
It's starting to get a little tougher at this point.
Now it's getting challenging because there's some things in here that I'm surprised
I haven't chosen yet. I know.
Yeah.
Okay. I have my next one. Is it my turn or your turn now?
It's I guess it's my turn.
Yeah.
No, it's your turn. You have to choose 14.
Okay. I am going with the Axial Exo.
In the 14th spot. Okay. That was fragile.
That was fragile.
It was fun when it worked.
You say we have 21 or 22 of these?
There's 21, I thought.
21. Okay. So yeah, I love the looks of the Exo. It was a little bit difficult to work on, and it had some fragile issues.
Oops, there's 22.
There is 22? Okay.
So all these numbers are wrong.
See, I was going in reverse order, and I just...
Shoot. Nope, there's 21. There's 21.
God damn it. Fix it again. Okay, I'm good. Fixed. So.
Not fragile.
Oh, sorry.
Just prone to catching on fire. Well, with, yes.
Tomato, potato.
Depends. Yeah. Let's just film it.
What is this list? Just got here. We've taken and we've put in all of the platforms made by Axial, and we're ranking the platform from most good to worst.
No, other way. From worst to best.
From worst to best. Yeah, whatever. So.
Yeah, the thing about the Exo was it was wild fun when it was overpowered, but that generally led to a lot of failures. It was also impossible to put a battery into or take out of.
Yeah, it was quite difficult.
It's like almost as if Brandon forgot that we did that. Like if that's a thing.
Welcome to Watch Ocean's Top 10.
I'll put the Exo in the 13th spot. I think that's probably a pretty fair place for it to live.
Okay. Man, we're really...
It's getting hard now.
I know. I think...
You still... The UTB 10 still... You haven't chosen it yet.
I know. I'm aware. God, it's getting... I'm between two right now. Neither are the UTB 10.
I know what's next for me.
Okay. This one is going to probably surprise. maybe
This should not surprise me.
infuriating. Mine is going to be what I believe is called the AX8 Heliumon.
Wow. Okay.
I feel like the Heliumon just also has some oddness. It doesn't feel very axial.
It doesn't. You are right about that.
It
definitely feels
very.
as if
It doesn't feel like it has any of the axial. I don't know. It just doesn't feel like an axial to me.
It doesn't have the same DNA. Like there's something about it that's missing.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
It doesn't have the same soul.
Yeah.
As
so
some of the other things.
It didn't feel like it belonged in the same way. It had some super weird manufacturing things going on. There is things about it that I do like, but I just wish were executed a little bit better.
Even the transmission, like when you drive it, it doesn't sound like you expect an Axial to sound.
A lot of it sound. I don't know. Yeah, it's the construction. So it's yeah.
So that's my 12th.
You're putting it down there as well.
Yeah, I like it. I think it had potential, but I think there were some marks missed.
Yeah. So
do I go next?
I haven't done 12 yet, so it's me.
Okay.
I am going to say for my 12, I'm going to throw the UTB 18 in. So
no, you already had
10,
the
UTB 10.
18
UTB 10.
Okay.
The Capra, it looks funky. I think the chassis is very ugly. The axles were a good thing for them. They had their weaknesses. They have addressed them much later. It's got kind of a funky geometry to it that I don't love how that part drives. Shocks were way too tall. A lot of those things. But it's not, yeah. So it's this 50-50 thing. It's kind of like again, needed to replace so much of it, but there was a few little gems that were there from it.
Yep. Okay. Next for me, I'm choosing the Wraith 1.9.
Yeah, I get that decision. Now I loved the Wraith 1.9 for a lot of reasons.
I thought it looked great, and I actually thought that it was more durable than some of the other models at the time because it was mostly all plastic. And
yeah, it was very jello.
You could bend those links around.
Yeah, they just kind of move out of the way, like don't worry about it. I'm over here now.
Get up there. I'll get up there. Not to worry about it.
I loved the 1.9 Wraith. I loved that they did the CMS on it. They fixed the battery location. It was a separate hood that popped up.
Yeah, there's a lot of smart thinking in that one. That one looked good.
Really disliked is that the 1.9 Wraith, while people were like, oh, they just put 1.9 axles under Wraith. I'm like, they didn't though. It was almost all new. Almost every the whole side panel of the chassis was new. The center, like there was like one or two pieces that got to be used. And I'm like, okay, so just change it. Make it look like something else instead of the station wagon that the Wraith was.
Yeah, exactly.
So
well, they wanted to capitalize on the
popularity that was the Wraith. I agree, and the only reason I'm not putting it down yet because of my bias to how much I loved that truck, even though you did have to replace absolutely everything. Instead, no. I'm just looking. That's so hard at this point.
I still want one. I wouldn't mind having one now. Can you imagine, like, I did a video with the SCX-10 honcho kit and be like, we're upgrading the honcho. Just like put like Hand Brothers CMS kit on it.
Yeah. Oh, this is so hard. Wow, I really hate this part of it. I didn't think I was going to, and this is my game. I can't put the 1.9 Wraith. I think I should, but I can't do it.
Okay.
I'm gonna put the 1.9 Wraith. God damn it. It's just like I liked it so much, but it's just some of these others are just it should have.
Some of these others just slightly better.
It should have been a top 10. Anyway, okay.
Last hack, you want to sell that Wraith?
Okay, I will go next. For my number 10, I'm going to put the SCX Pro.
Okay.
I feel like I could have switched the Wraith 1.9 and the Pro here. That was my thought. I would have rather had the Wraith 1.9 in my top 10. The Pro instead. The Pro came out first as far as like these type of kits go. And at least it was first.
It's pretty capable truck.
It is a capable truck.
Upgrades make it better, of course, just like
right.
These
you things. Don't have to replace everything about it.
No. The problem, there's one major problem with it.
Well, the axles are a problem. The tubes,
one of the problems.
One of the problems. It didn't have portals, which people wanted.
It didn't have portals, which people wanted. The body wasn't legal.
The body wasn't included.
What? Didn't you get a clear body with it?
The body wasn't included, was it?
Body wasn't included, but the body that you could get wasn't legal. The body wasn't legal. The only body they sold for that kit wasn't legal to use in competition.
I mean, they have Pro line, which made plenty of legal bodies. So I wouldn't say...
Fine. But why would you make a body that you can't use
in
competition for a competition truck?
So, yeah, it's just... And then it was way too expensive for what it offered.
It was very expensive.
It was way too expensive for the placement of it in the market, which was quickly known and I think proven as the blowout sale that we just had last weekend. So,
which do you think means it's discontinued?
I think that thing's going away. I think that the SCX Pro did not sell well. You hardly ever see them. Like we have local comp series. Don't think I've hardly ever seen an SCX Pro.
Oh, that's wild. Okay. All right. Well, I'm not putting it in 10th spot.
Okay.
10th spot for me goes to the Yeti platform.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Because that thing, on a good day was when you only stripped one front diff. Holy cow. They sold a locker for it, and you're like, sick, I can make this like kind of a crawler. Cool. The moment that thing touched a rock, you could see the front diff case just go pluh, pluh, pluh as it skipped gears.
Which I don't understand because the Pro is a great rig. The Pro is a decent comp rig, yes, but in comparison to the other options, it just doesn't. It's not as good.
The carbon, the VRD
carbon absolutely
crushed it.
Yeah.
If you saw the devil's butt crack, you know that the carbon absolutely destroyed the SCX Pro.
So things are obviously getting tougher. I am not going to go with your selection here, the Yeti. I'm still holding it out for a little bit longer. Instead, I'm going SCX3.
Yeah, that's a valid choice.
SCX3 was like, for as long as we waited from the SCX2 to the SCX3, there wasn't enough improvement or enough. Like
there were some changes.
The things that they did were like, yeah, they changed things, or they was like, this is going to be a better option. They're like, well, that made it worse. So
Yes.
don't do that.
That was Matt's final design, right? Before he left?
Possibly, yeah.
Or no, UTB-10 was his final.
Yeah, right in there. Something like that. Yeah, the 2-speed, the gear ratio difference between the 2-speed was like not there. There was hardly any difference. The motor sat super high. The micro servos, like that you had this axial only servo
the
linkage
size and the linkage. Yeah.
So there was like, yeah, it was just it was odd.
It does make an excellent barbecue.
You can grill a hell of an Uncrustable in there. So
I'm also putting it in the 9th position.
So you have to go for number 8.
Yes. 8, I'm going to put the Wraith 2.2 because that thing I did not care for. But it wasn't that bad because it was one of those trucks.
It was bad.
Out of the box, it was bad.
Yeah.
But it was one of those trucks that I think Axial did a great job of creating something that was very unique. It looked really good. And there was wild upgrades. Like, it was very popular.
It was
sold like crazy.
Yes, it was the launch of the AR60 Axial platform. It was at a time that came out in let's see, early 2010.
I was just going to say 2010.
Yeah, early 2010. And there was it was the first kind of like, it was really nothing else like it at the time. So
and yeah, lots of room for customization. Like it was the right thing at the right time for Axial to put out.
Yes,
I think it was very popular.
Yeah, agreed.
So that's my number 8.
I will give you that. So
what
my number
8 spot?
I'm going to put the SCX 24.
Mm-hmm.
So the SCX 24 is probably Axial's best-selling single platform ever as far as volume goes.
They made 5,000 of the Betty B17.
Was it only 5,000 or was it 10,000?
Or was it 10,000? Maybe it was 10,000.
Yeah, like I think that I would bet my house on the fact that they've sold more of that platform than any other platform. And they sold a lot of AX10s and Wraiths back in the day.
Oh, yes. No,
so 9,999 Bettys. Yeah. So
I've got number 5.
Yeah. So that is, as far as that goes, a wild success on the platform, and which is great. And it's got a lot of people into the hobby, which is amazing. The upgrade market that it is created around it is even cooler. They've done so much with that platform, but we're into the platforms now that are pretty awesome. So we're getting.
I would argue that truck transformed the hobby.
It created, like while we had micro crawlers before, the low C micro crawler, what was it, the Duratrax or not Duratrax, it was one of those.
Nylint?
Trekker, no, those weren't micros. 18 scale was the smallest they had.
Oh.
But there was others, but like,
yeah,
it definitely, all of us just really carved it out to being a amazingly large market. So yeah, low C trail trekker, which was an extension of that micro crawler. But there was another one that I had. I thought it was a Horizon product. It had and it came out ECX Barrage. Yes, ECX, the Barrage. So, yep.
I'm putting the because I guess I go next.
Yep.
That was 8, right? I'm putting the SCX Pro in number 7.
Okay.
Because I like that truck more than I think you did.
That's fine. It just
Yeah,
wasn't
that's
enough.
hey.
It
I just
wasn't.
needed to get
Yeah,
it out of the way because there's still
agreed.
six that I like.
I know what you mean. And while
What's your number 7?
7 is, I should have held out one more, but it's going to be the SCX6.
What the hell's wrong with you, dude? You still have the Wraith, the Yeti.
The SCX2, the Bomber, SCX10, AX10. I'm aware of what I have. The SCX6.
You're putting the SCX6 in the 7 spot.
Yes. While the
7.
While the SCX6 is a fun truck, and I love that it's a great big thing. It's a pain in the ass to like take somewhere and go run. It is very expensive, and the market is like, oh, sometimes it's too expensive. You know, it goes on sale often, obviously, right? So like, there's so much about it that's just like, I'm not saying it's not a great car. I just think that how it overall go, like, it just, you know.
Okay. All right. I guess you're right. You know, we are getting down to the
defining
last ones.
Vehicles of Axials.
The SCX24 is my number 7.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh wait, no, I already did number 7. Oops.
Yes, we're 6.
It's your go. It's your go.
Oh, okay.
For number 6.
Number 6, I will go with the Yeti.
Thank you.
While
SCX
I think
24 is my number 6.
The Yeti was important for the time. It was the first IFS solid axle platform that we had, which was awesome. It was fragile, but that was a time when basically everything that was hitting the rocks was fragile. You know,
it's true.
That was 2014, and we just, you know, it was. We were trying to do what we had to do, and a lot of stuff was more acceptable then than it would ever be now.
Oh yeah.
So
there's a lot more forgiveness back then.
Yeah. The Yeti was innovative, but made of glass. So Yeti XL was my very last place. The bottom of the list.
Quite that low. But
worst platform they ever came out with. Twin Hammers was great. Twin Hammers, I did like the Twin Hammers in some way, other than the hardware that they used that was made of butter. The softest hardware I've ever used on a vehicle.
Remember the weird cantilever front suspension on it too?
That they got sued for by Traxxas.
Yeah, that was the one they got sued for.
Yeah.
I did the GCM replacement where it puts the shocks up.
The stand-up shocks. I remember that. Yep.
Much better. Much better when you did that. I like that little Twammers. That was a good thing.
So
okay, I've got to do.
I think the Twin Hammers had a kit, didn't it? Oh, the Twin Hammers needed a K&K kit. I see what it says. There's just so many spaces there. I kind of read past those letters.
If I got am I doing 5 now?
We're on 5. I think I go for 5.
Okay.
And for 5, I am going to do the Bomber. I loved the Bomber. It was my favorite vehicle for a very long time. It did have a great big transmission that was very strong, but it was also very large, and it put the motor up pretty high. You know, I think the looks were rad. The RTR, when it came out, if you remember, there was often a time for us that we would like take the tires off of a vehicle and put them on new beadlocks. The tires that were on the RTR Bombers were wrong. So if you took them off of the stock wheels and tried to mount them onto a beadlock wheel, good luck. The bead shape was all messed up, and it didn't get caught because it was a glue-on wheel. So a whole thing. The Bomber was fantastic. It had its problems as well. Weak trailing arms that folded.
There were a lot of upgrades required, but again,
easy battery.
So easy to get at the battery. And like, I don't know that I'll put it in the 5th spot because I've got a few I have to fill first, but I did a bunch of those ultra races with that thing, and those things were like bulletproof.
Yeah.
Ish. once upgraded
Art,
extensively.
man, Helaman must be real.
No,
Art,
that's number 12.
Mine was, I had the
13 for you, right?
Helaman in 13th. Yes. Yeah. No, towards the bottom half.
I'm going to put the SCX6 in the 5th spot.
Okay.
I
2
quite
up
like
from
it.
already.
It's fun. It's big fun. It gets looks wherever you go. And I've got 4 of them right now. 5 of them. So they're pretty cool. Not stock.
Not stock. So I think you have to go for 4th now.
Yeah, 4th.
We're going to agree on this one, I bet you.
I think I'm putting the XR10 in the 4 spot.
Same.
Yeah.
Same. I loved it. It was super cool. Also had a lot of its own issues.
Oh man, so many.
Lot of replacement that needed to be done. But it was rad. I loved it.
Yeah.
It was absolutely one of my favorites for a really long time. So,
Mark, I've got all 5 of them here in the basement in various states of disassembly. An assembly line down here.
So
they're not mine. I'm just borrowing them.
So you did 4 first. I agreed. So I'll do the follow up here, and this is where this is the hardest part for sure. Mm-hmm. And this is probably not how this should go. But I'm going to say for number 3, I'm going to do the AX10.
Have you done the Wraith yet?
No. Now,
wait, which one did you just say?
AX10, or the original.
No, you already had that on this list.
No, I have the AX10 AR60 on the list down in 19th. Oh my god!
Then this
are you missing
totally
one?
Effed. Yes.
You stupid idiot!
I wrote AX10 down. I didn't write AX10 down twice.
No wonder
you were differentiation.
No wonder you were scoffing at me when I put it in 19th position. I even was talking about it was the original one where they put the deadbolt body on it and the whole thing.
What's the other one that you have there?
The AX10, the original Scorpion.
I'm putting that one in.
It defined rock crawling. It made Axial what it is.
I'm putting
not just their nitro fuel bottles.
I'm putting that in 2.5th spot.
Okay.
Because I don't.
You stupid idiot.
Damn it.
Actually, I should have known as well because I have 3 things left and I'm putting in the number 2 spot.
I already know what the 3 things are. You're putting that in the 3 spot?
Well, it's actually the 4th spot, I guess, technically, but.
No, it's 3. I'm putting it in 2.5 because I don't want to ruin this.
Oh. Idiot.
Yeah. I'm putting the Bomber in the 3 spot.
Okay. Yep. I had it in 6th, technically.
Great.
Matt can't count, and somehow I just went with his math.
Count my list, which only had AX10 on it once. But I was confused.
Okay. So for my number 3 spot, I'm putting the Wraith.
I figured you would.
The Wraith was amazing. It defined a lot. Yeah, it was absolutely what I did so much with.
That was basically the start of your channel.
Yeah, it was
in terms of popularity. Like
yes.
You started to take off with that. Do you go next?
Who knows? Nothing matters. Yes. Well, I guess you kind of know both of mine at this point, and this is the tough part, but I think it'll be in agreement. Number 2 is going to be original SCX10.
Agreed. It started a generation of change and created this market.
It was a copy of one of my designs.
Yeah, sure. And yeah, Josh invented everything. Everything else is derivative.
They had me build one for them and send it to them. They did.
Never got the
welcome.
check.
Nope, they paid me.
Never got the check. It was a discount code for as many fuel bottles as you could buy.
What did they trade me? Like 5 trucks or some shit like that? I don't remember what it was. something.
That's back in the days when I was just thrilled to get a truck. I was like, oh man, I'm putting so much work into this video. They're gonna be so happy. I'm like, wow, they just got the best deal of their lives.
So that leaves the number one spot to
SCX-10 II.
The SCX-10 II.
Best truck Axial's ever done.
Yep.
Because it was just, it has so much potential and actually capitalized on it. It was a good performing truck in both variations, whether you chose the weird transmission.
The weird transmission was weird. It was the wrong way. It should have been the other way around.
Yes, it should have been the other way around.
It was going to be the other way around, I think, and then there was like some discussion and they had to change either way. It was just like, it took what was amazing about the SCX-10 and it fixed what was shit about it.
Yes.
And it came, it's what developed the AR-44 gear set.
Mm-hmm. Which changed everything for everybody.
It gave us all just an amazing style of gear set that has worked really well. It's very strong. It mimics the full size. There was so much about it that was done so well. I think that the Cherokee body that they chose for the launch was silly, but
that was who was that? That
JRC,
right?
Yeah. It was just wild.
It was an interesting choice, and it gave me an opportunity to do something kind of fun and different with it, which is great.
So when they were released,
and also I would argue that it also kind of helped put Vanquish on the map because it gave you guys an opportunity to do a much more scale Axial.
No, that was way before that.
You guys were very popular.
That was with the Wraith and XR10, and that was all before I was there. But that was like fixing all of those things.
Yes, no, I know that. But by creating a smaller ring and pinion, it really did help.
Absolutely,
you guys elevate.
That's absolutely the truth. Yeah. I remember when they were releasing the SCX-10 before it was out. That February 15th of 2016. I went down to Orange County, meeting the guys from Vanquish. Brandon was still working at Axial at the time. We met the guys at the office, and they're like, "Hey, okay, here's the new car. Driving around, things like that." We went out to this little spillway area by their office, and we were driving, and I was just kind of running around, hit something, broke the axle in half of it.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
I mean, I knew you back then, and I knew how you drove, so it didn't really surprise me.
Yeah. Oh, Phoenix. Brandon did so much good. We've told him that so many times.
Missing person, thank you. The SCX-10 II democratized the crawling hobby, in my opinion. Yeah.
It changed so much.
That was really peak Axial, I think, as well, in terms of popularity, in terms of events, in terms of brand awareness, in terms of partnerships they had with other full-size brands. That was the perfect storm of people that were working there, that were passionate about the hobby. They put their blood, sweat, and tears into the projects that they created. They were all well received. People were buying them left, right, and center. That was really a time that I don't think many companies ever will capture.
Yeah. Oh, no, I don't think that you could, because at the time, there was almost no competition in the market. That was right when Traxxas released the TRX-4 as well.
2017.
Oh, wait. Yeah, you're right. The SCX-2 came out in 2016.
Yeah.
But it was that real funky time. They released it, and then immediately that's when their factory failed. All of the production went away. So there was a 6-month lag basically from when they announced it and got a small number out to when they actually came out again. So yeah, no, the SCX-10 II was 2016. So
I know, I was there.
Yep. Really? 2016? Yep. I moved to California in January of 2016. Went and saw it. February
I went to the
15th,
first
2016.
Axial Fest for
And
me
then
in
it came out later.
2015, and they shared early prototype design drawings with me at that event.
Yeah. So, wasn't the 2017 Jeep the first 3 years? So that I saw someone ask about if the Haunch was the first 3 year. So they released the
JK, the red JK.
Was it the first one?
I think so.
Because they had the red JK, the Honcho, and the Deadbolt all came out within like 2 months. Because that was when you and I first started collaborating, because we just got 3 trucks and we're like, what the hell are we going to do with 3 trucks that are almost the same? So we did the budget build with the Honcho, the speed challenge with the Deadbolt, and then
nothing with the JK.
Nothing with the JK.
I think I just did a video because I was like,
that's all I did too. I went and crawled at Folsom with it. It was a good looking car, but yeah. Also, that 3-gear transmission that they used in there, which is that gray case, the molded. If you look very closely on the back, there's a bunch of it's got like fake bolt heads everywhere. If you look at the patterning, they missed one by accident. So there's one bolt head that's missing on the back of that transmission case. Fun fact. Who's artistic now? Wait.
Yes. That was a good list. That was fun. We should do that with other brands, but it'll be a much shorter list.
That's the problem, is that Axial has this wild, and I've owned at least 2 of every single thing on that list. 10 plus of most things on that list.
I've never actually owned a Scorpion.
Oh, got you.
I've never owned that one, and I've also never owned an XR10. But other than that, I've had everything on this list.
So I had 2 Yeti XLs. I had the RTR and the kit. AX24 I only had one of. The AX10 AR60 I had plenty of. I used to buy those a lot because you could buy them for almost nothing, and they had Wraith axles under them, and they were I made a killing on Wraith axles back in the day.
Axial missed out on half tracks and steam tracks. That's true. A small sector of the market, but nonetheless, they did miss it.
Josh, did you see the teaser of the new Deluxe axle? I did not yet.
Let's recap. For all those people who missed the beginning of this.
We'll go in reverse order again from 22nd to 1st.
SMT10 was my bottom of the list.
Yeti XL for me.
Yeti Junior next for me.
AX24 in 20th.
AX10 in 19th.
Or 20th. AX10 from AX10 AR60 version, the large one.
Yep.
Then 19th I had Yeti Junior.
Yeah, UTB 10 for me.
Capper for Matt. I had UTB 18 in 18th.
I screwed it up already.
Of course.
It's because all these numbers are different now. How did I do this so badly? I started with the SMT10.
Okay.
Let me just do all my numbers and then you can do yours.
Okay.
SMT10, Yeti Junior, AX10, UTB 10, AX24, Yeti XL, UTB 18, Rift, EXO, Helamon, Wraith 1.9, Yeti, SCX-10 Wraith 2.2, SCX-10 Pro. Oh, that's helpful. 10 Pro. Jackass. SCX24, SCX6, XR10, RR10, SCX10, AX10 Scorpion. SCX10, SCX10-2. The reason is I had them all written out like this.
Oh, and did you do this?
Yeah.
Oh my
it's all
God.
Over the place.
Oh,
what else could
the way that your brain works? The way that your brain works. You couldn't just rewrite 4 letters at a time.
No. This was easier for me. I went down this path. I'm going to stick with it. My brain does not work good.
The numbers, Nathan, what do they mean? Here is my list in a digital format that you can all see at one time.
I should have just done that. I don't know why I wrote it down on a piece of paper. What a stupid idiot.
The way our brains differ is amazing.
No wonder I have such a hard time with everything in my life.
Here is my list in order of what I think.
I wish I could copy and paste this and just change the numbers. I'm sorry, guys.
Well, not going to get mad to call out enemy coordinates.
Did I hear a niner in there?
Oh my God, Jeremiah! Thank you very much. You never mentioned this.
No,
the 6x6. So we did platforms only, and we considered the 6x6 to be just an SCX10-2 platform.
Yeah. Trust me, I found it very difficult.
Quantum physics over here. Oh,
so, no, this is more like a beautiful mind, I think.
Okay.
It all makes sense to me. Oh, God.
Oh, my God. So, yes, thank you to Doug DeMuro for that plan or that game.
Yeah, that was a fun one. I like that. We can do it with Element next week.
Did you guys talk about RC for the whole show?
Holy.
Oh, my God. It's 6 minutes to the end of the show.
We really did. Oh, my God.
I took the bird of spirit. Hurston.
No, this handwriting is nice. It's good handwriting. It's just the
You're gonna write somebody a letter.
The numbers are all over there. Oh, Lord.
Oh, my.
Too many of these tonight, guys.
You wish you had an excuse.
I know. I wish I did. I'm still sober. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe I need to be less sober.
That was a fun exercise.
Fun exercise. Let's do a little thanking of people, and then we've got 2 to 3 minutes to talk about.
Which is all that weekend was worth discussing. So thank you to Axial 30, to Josh Toth, Thomas Davis, Jay Knuck for becoming a new member. She thinks your tractor is sexy with a K. Eric Weiss, Tom Havel, Jay Walker, Hack Shack RC, Brian G. Sherwood, Karis Welch, Justin Candler, Dark Tang, and Never Lift LJ, Jeremiah Salberg. Much appreciate. I missed. There was another one from Jeremiah in here that was actually discussed for a second after you do yours.
Yeah. Thanks to Thomas Davis, Jay Canuck, Thomas Bialzik, Backshed RC. She thinks your tractor is sexy with a K. Thomas Bialzik, Model Car Jedi, Tom Havel, Jay Walker, Justin Candler, Missing Person, and Perry G. Thank you all.
Yes. Jeremiah, thank you very much. First time I heard about Axial was through Squirrel OD. I think it was just Squirrel OD, not Squirrel Lord, right? In his channel and his podcast, he called, maybe it was Squirrel. Maybe they were two different people. I don't really remember, but in his podcast called Nitro RC. I thought it had a different name. It was yeah, they had basically a podcast before that was a popular thing. Yeah, I remember that well as well. And Lee, thank you very much. Gifted 5 memberships. And those of you guys who got memberships, you can go watch the tractor video early. So
Perry G, Matt, is weed legal there? No reason, just asking. I swear it's not that. I don't get it. The whole show is about RCs. I know, it's so wild. Next week's a 3-hour show ranking Tamiya releases. Well, I'm going to base it on how many gears the Tamiya has inside of it. And the 6x6s win. They're number 1.
Cooking with Nitro. That's what it was. Oh, man.
Okay, let's talk briefly about Formula.
Let's talk for a segment or whatever. I'm having a stroke. That it was a shit weekend.
Yeah, I hate Monaco.
Monaco's the worst.
I don't mind qualifying. Qualifying was pretty exciting.
That was fine, but like that's it. It's just
that was it though.
Knowing that the rest is going to suck, and then it did suck.
The fact that James Vowles from Williams called up Toto to apologize, be like, "Sorry, mate, playing the strategy game this weekend."
Yep.
That's so not motor racing.
So yeah, that was whatever. Coke 600 was good though. Coke 600 wasn't bad. I watched it in the garage for a little while I was building my tractor. Ooh, that's a possibility, Jeremiah.
Oh yes. They don't care about us anymore. Anyway.
That's a decent one. That's going to be hard to go find all of them though. Oof. That's going to be really hard.
You can just look on their website.
Yeah, they're all still there. So that
use
the
Wayback Machine.
Great job, Jeremiah.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, the rest of this, God, that Monaco was trash.
It's not a good race. It never is. They always say, "Oh, it's the majesty and the pomp and circumstance." It's so boring.
Yeah, it's
like they get rid of Imola next year, but they keep Monaco.
Yeah, just hot garbage.
They should just literally they should just go there and just do a couple exhibition style laps and call it a day.
Just put the Formula One drivers in Formula E cars and then just there you go.
Put them in the Lego cars. Both of them in one.
Oh no!
Didn't you see that? They did the Lego cars. Where did they do that? Miami?
Yes, Miami.
Just do that at Monaco.
Yeah, that was. There's nothing else you can say. It was garbage. It was so boring. And then then that was it. Other than George getting, I'd prefer not to speak. Yeah. So
double points for Williams again.
Yeah,
they're having such a great year.
They're having a good year, not as good as I would have hoped.
For a team that had next to no points the last 3 years or 8 years, it's pretty good to see them be 5th in the constructors.
Yeah. So, no. Beyond that, that was about it because I had nothing. Yeah. But all I do know is that I put one space gap between you and I in Grid Rivals.
Yes, because frigging Alonso can't catch a break. If he had just finished, I would be above you 100%.
Tough shit, as they say. You are not. You are now one further space down. But you never know what that could be this weekend.
It's hardly anything. Where are we racing next?
We are racing in Imola.
Spain.
Right? Spania?
Is not Imola.
Is it? Oh, the Emilia Roman.
No, that's incorrect as well.
Oh, wait, that's where we were. Where are we going? Not
We're in
Monza.
Spain. Spain. Barcelona. Barcelona. I've got one driver, and I have to fill all the rest of the spots.
I have to fill 2 spots. I have Oscar, Antonelli, and Colapinto still.
Sorry.
Laugh all you want. I'm still beating you. What's your
Barely.
team? What's your team value?
113.3 million.
Ooh, 900,000 above me. All right.
Got some money to spend.
How much do you have to spend right now?
83.5.
God damn.
Yeah.
I have 37.7. I have to pick 2 drivers.
Well, that's too bad for you.
Do it. I'm getting close. I'm pretty close to needing tires. So as soon as I need tires, I'll whip it in the Vanquish parking lot. So yeah.
The best Monaco was the Iron Man movie. Let's see who won in the community XP challenge for the week.
Oh yeah, what? That's okay. I see the button up there. So Phoenix RC Crawler #1. Then Chris Kelly,
I've got
Apex.
Mark Santa Maria #1.
Mark, I think it's a different Mark. I think it's
the Lampshade Kid.
Yes.
That's Mark.
Is it Mark Santa Maria?
Yes.
Why is his actual name?
His actual name is
Mike.
Captain Peen.
I think his actual name's Mike.
Yeah, Mike. Did I say Mark?
You said Mark. That's what I was like.
Mike.
I think it's a different person, dude.
It's Mike. It's Mike.
Right.
Sorry, Mike.
Close enough.
It doesn't matter.
Challenge is rigged. Pay to win.
Dr. Gorilla Fist, Bearded Gorilla, 2 gorillas in the top 3. Blue Dooley, Checkered Past, Fit for Bergs, Thomas Bialzik.
Okay, quickly.
There's your
I want your 15-second answer to this. 1 gorilla versus 99 men. I will not be recording.
I think that gorilla's going to kick some ass.
Okay. I think that's all the people wanted to know.
Is this a trick?
No. Just a thought exercise.
I don't is it 100 men running at the gorilla? Yeah.
You get 100 men, and you have 1 gorilla.
I think I can weigh in on this whole Mike situation.
Hello, Miss Lady. I think I could.
Is it all of the men are attacking the gorilla at once?
Your plan. It's not a line, just waiting.
Right? They all just
yeah, like a 60s sock hop movie.
guys.
Or Back to the Future, same thing. Or, all right, last question. Would you rather fight? Would you personally rather fight 1 horse-sized duck or 1,000 duck-sized horses?
Yeah, if they're me strong, that gorilla's winning for sure. No chance. No chance at all.
Oh my God. Okay.
I don't even know. I don't think she's all right.
Sydney Sweeney? Yeah, she's all right.
She's okay. She all right. All right.
Thank you to everybody. So wait, does 75 go first and then
It's 74 immediately following that? Or is it 73?
Shit, I had this wrong. I think there's 101. You're out. You're out.
I counted that guy twice. So one of you got to go. All right.
Matt, get your list out again.
Why, you want to screenshot this? Is that the joke? Here, fine.
You better go put that on the refrigerator.
All right, that's it.
Okay.
Good night, everyone.
Goodbye. See you guys next week.